This is a Lovfeel 10-inch smart digital photo frame. I received this frame to review for free from the Amazon Vine Voices review program. They have not paid me for my review and have no editorial control over what I say about it, and my opinions are my own. Alright, so we have a digital picture frame which comes with a USB power adapter and a USB to small barrel adapter to power it, and it has a little snap-in foot that can either go horizontally for landscape mode, or you can snap it in vertically for portrait mode. So this looks very similar to a previous frame I have reviewed. It's not quite the same, however, but here it has a power button on the back. It looks like a little reset hole, a place for a micro SD card. It has a USB port which looks to be a USB-C port, and then it has the DC port. So we're going to plug this in, turn it on, and take a look at the software to install and download and use this thing. Alright, I plugged in a USB-C cable, and I'm powering this actually with my laptop right now. So you can power it via a USB-C cable if you don't happen to have or have lost the little barrel connector. However, it does not do data through that USB-C cable. I was hoping to load PhotoSarn just as a drive. It doesn't do that, so it looks like if you want to load PhotoSarn without using the internet, you have to use the micro SD card slot. So it came up, says select your language. It's already set to English by default. It's a touch screen, and basically it says, hey, put this thing onto your Wi-Fi. It looks like you can't really, well, you can set up, yes, you can skip the Wi-Fi connection. So we'll skip the Wi-Fi connection for now. And now it is welcoming and not turning off power. So we want to auto sync time and date, except for the fact that we don't have Wi-Fi. So I'll probably have to set that later. You can name your frame different names. I'm just going to call it frame. You can say which room it's in. So we need to add friends to the picture frame so they can add things to the frame, or we can skip that. There's this WHALE, so they have the uhale, so it's uhale. So the app is uhale, you have to install from the photo store. It says network connection failed. And then there's the settings over here. You can manage your photos, manage accounts. There's various display settings, sleep modes, showing weather and time, backup and restore, and so forth. So I plugged a micro SD card into the back of this. I went into settings, manage photos, and then you go to import photos, and it's scanning the SD card. And so it has, 3 photos found. You can click this and select them all, and then there's kind of a download button, and it's importing the photos from the SD card to the frame's memory. And so this is all with the Wi-Fi turned off. So it says there's no photo on this frame, but then it says it imported photos. So let's go back. So now we have here the photo, and it's slide showing automatically. Now we do have this network connection failed, a giant warning message up at the top. And we also have the weather, which is not showing up because it doesn't have a network in the time. So I'm going to see if I can get rid of these messages and just show photos with no internet connection. Okay, I went into the settings and I turned off the clock and time display, and I turned off the notification about Wi-Fi, and that appears to have gotten rid of the Wi-Fi error message. Now there is still a tiny little icon here that has a heart shape on it, and I've seen a thing where you can heart a photo. So here you can favorite a photo, and then this shows up with a heart. If you don't like that showing up, I'm going to see if there's a way to get rid of that icon as well. Alright, so under display settings I set the weather and time to off. Under the photo settings I've turned the caption off, and you can turn this show favorite off. And now it is possible to use this photo frame with no internet connectivity. You just load your photos in from a micro SD card and then it will cycle through the photos. And if you want to go faster, you can either set the slideshow to go faster than the 10 seconds I've used, or you can manually slide through the photos. Now while you're here, you can hide a photo and then this photo will be hidden and not show up. So basically there's these two now. Alright, so if you've hidden a photo, you need to go into the settings, you need to go into manage photos, there's a show hide photos and it will show you your hidden photos, and so you can click on them to unhide them. So it's not easy to get into there. So if you hide a photo, it's going to be hidden pretty well, but that's how you can make one photo hide and not show up on the display. Okay, we're now going to attach this thing to my Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to go into settings and Wi-Fi, pick a network. This does have to be a 2.4 gigahertz network. We will blur my super secret password. And we are now connected to the network. So since we're connected to the network, I'm going to go into settings, and under display settings, I want to show the weather and time. And now it has downloaded weather appropriately from our geolocated IP address, I assume. It has auto set the time correctly. So if you like that display, you can leave it on. If you don't, you can turn it off. Alright, so now I'm going to get the app. I searched uhale when it says formerly whale photo, and it was the top search result here. Click on it, install. It's 89 megabytes, so you probably want to be on your Wi-Fi network when you do this. So we need to allow it to access photos and videos on this device if we want to share them. And we can do a visitor login or an account login. Well, let's try account login. Okay, so I don't have an account sign up. So I'm going to have to create an account, which involves setting up my email, and I'm sure they'll make me set up a password too. Okay, they've emailed me a verification code, so now I have to go look up the verification code. Alright, and it is letters. Okay, now I verified the email, now I have to set up a password. So we're going to enter the password. Okay, my account has been created successfully. Now I have to go put that password in to log in. Please follow the guide. Tap Add Friend. Start sending. Okay. So, to pair the frame, they have supposedly going to be a pairing QR code or a code on the frame. So I need to figure out how to get that. So let's go into the frame. Maybe add friend. There's the code. Okay. Scan QR code. Okay. I've bound my frame in my room. Okay, so I am going to select one photo and press next, and then I select my frame and press next. Can pick a focus area, hit send. And it says new photo received, click to review. So the very exciting photo, but now the photo is on my frame. Very simplistic. You can basically send photos to the frame and you're set. Let's try a video, sending it to the frame. Now we have my completed photo that's been sent already. So the video is obviously going to take longer. 20% sent, so it jumped up there. Okay, the new video has been received. And we have, here's a video of me coming out of the garage. So it plays videos. Okay, so that's basically the features of the app here. So one feature this photo frame doesn't have that I've seen on other photo frames is the ability to email a photo to a particular email address and just have it appear on the frame. Now, although they do not have the ability to have an email address to send photos, there is a website. If you go to the manual, it's called Uhale Web, and there's a URL you have to type in, and you can log into the website with the same password you set up in the app, and then you can go and just pick photos from your computer, and it will go here, and you can just say next, and then it'll say which frame do you want to send it to. I only have one. You hit send, and it says, hey, I'm doing ongoing delivery 0 of 1. And then we get a new photo received, and there's the photo. So that's easy enough to use from a desktop. Okay, this frame has a plenty good field of view. You can walk all the way around it and see the photo from pretty much, acute angles here, up and down. So, there's going to be no problem seeing this photo even at very sharp angles there. I want to give a shout out to Lovfeel and whoever made their manual. It's easy to read, easy to understand. It tells you everything you need to know, all the specifications of the device, how to set it up physically, how to set up the app, and how to use the Uhale Web, how to share photos, navigate your frame, how to use all of the different features of the frame. So, this is an extensive manual. It's very well done, and I think that, you'll be happy with the manual here. And basically, it also says it has a full 1-year warranty. Okay, this is a solid Wi-Fi digital photo frame. My only real reason to not give this a full 5 stars is the price point. This comes in at a $90 price point. I've reviewed other digital photo frames in the, say, $50 price point that were very similar hardware-wise. Not exactly the same, but similar. Same size screen, same, quality, plastic frame, same, image quality. The big difference here is that the software here is a lot slicker, a lot newer feeling. It has features like you can use this thing without Wi-Fi connected, without some annoying Wi-Fi icon showing up on your photos. So there's the ability to turn off the notifications. The manual is a lot nicer. You have, the branded box. So I think this is still a white label frame that Lovfeel has labeled and is selling. But you're getting that 1-year warranty, the nicely written user manual. You have this email address. If you need help, call support. I don't know how well that support's going to be, but you're basically, I think, paying an extra $20 or $30 for that branding and support. So also the software is a little slicker, it's a little nicer, but if you just need the cheapest photo frame, you can make do with one where the software is a little clunky. So if you're looking for the best user experience, the $89 photo frame here, this is a very good photo frame. I'm very happy with it. But you should be aware that there are cheaper options on the market that have a very similar hardware, but maybe the software is a bit clunkier.